The cosmic leviathan approaches planet 2 and it looks hungry. It's gonna attack. Can our space elevator actually stop it? Come here, you big fish. Come take our food. Let's see what's gonna happen, and it's gonna go attack our island, and what's gonna happen? Oh, it literally just took the bait instead of heading for our planet. What's up everyone, welcome back to another episode of Before We Leave. In the last episode we were preparing to make our space elevator to stop the ancient guardian, the space whale that's been destroying our island, and once we can get the space elevator built, it should stop the space whale from ever taking stuff from this island again. In this episode we're going to be taking on that space whale, and we're going to try and take out the Sphinx and figure out what its riddles are so it can stop destroying our buildings. Let's get right into it. So first things first, in the whole episode previously I was focusing on getting all the resources over to the second island, and right now off camera we finished off getting all this steel over here, so we should have enough steel on this island now to finish making this entire space elevator. As you can see here, these little peeps are running back, getting the steel from the port that I just brought over from the first island, and they should be bringing it back and hopefully be able to finish this space elevator really soon. So as we can see, it says the shape in the stars is close enough to the planet that it looks like they're going to be eating part of our island soon, and it looks like we just finally got our space elevator built, and it looks like they're filling it with food. It looks like we're literally just going to be giving it food. Not quite sure how the diet changed from, eating the planet versus eating some, vegetables and apples, but, whatever works for this giant space whale. But I guess we'll be able to see live in action of how this space whale, how this ancient guardian that's been destroying our planet all over, will be actually eating from this weird space elevator thing that we just built. Now that we got that, we're also going to try and go to the library and start researching some of the other components in order to see if we can try and figure out what we can use to defeat the Sphinx. So as you can see in the background, there's the space whale on the left side getting really close, and it looks like the space whale has finished feeding on the surface of planet 1. We lost 3 buildings, and it says we lost this and 33 peeps. Well, that's not supposed to happen. We were supposed to be able to stop it. I guess we didn't fill it up with food all the way. Looks like we need a lot more food. We need 1,000 food, so we weren't even close. So we didn't have enough food at all for this entire space whale. And it looks like now the Sphinx is destroying 2 of our buildings at once. And now we don't even know how to fix that, and it looks like it's starting to rip through our highlands as well. This is not going to be very helpful for us. We have to figure out what to do next, and it looks like we're going to have to start doing some research and getting as many food areas created for these space whales. We're going to try and research the museum, and we're going to try and research the automation next, purely because I feel like those are going to be the most important for us to try and get some sort of information on the Sphinx. There's no real logic behind it, I just have a feeling that that's what they're going to want us to do. At the same time, since we can't research them all at once, we're definitely going to want to go and get our trade boat and bring over some of that blue research from the first island, and that way we'll be able to start researching everything in the second island where the red research is located. On top of that, we're also going to have to start doing a bunch of repairs, such as this well that was destroyed and this woodcutter. It looks like everything nearby was damaged after this Sphinx decided to shoot its shots at all of our stuff. So it looks like I was right on the guess. It looks like the museum is in fact what we need for the Sphinx. It says here, study the knowledge of the ancients to answer the riddles of the Sphinx. You may only build 1 museum per island. So it looks like we're going to go get a bunch of stone from that first island and some of the research, and then we're going to go build a museum on that second island so we can beat that Sphinx finally. We're going to deliver all the stone and the glass, even though I think we already had enough for it in the first place. But we're going to throw that museum down as soon as possible. Right now we're going to throw it right over here, right next to the warehouse, or school, whatever this actually is. I'm not even quite sure at this point. Yeah, this is the warehouse. So we're going to throw the museum down, we're going to get some knowledge, and then we're going to start researching all the ancient secrets that they have and all those hieroglyphics or whatever they need to try and defeat the Sphinx's questions and riddles so it can stop destroying our buildings. One thing we do want to keep in mind is that I started noticing these things in the last episode and started to address it on the first island, but the grass starts to wilt and when it gets really polluted, so we're definitely going to want to build a few of those pollution cleaners when we get a chance later around on this island, somewhere in this area near all these pollution buildings. In the meantime, let's take a quick look at how much food we've gotten so far. We've gotten a little over 1/4 the amount of food we need. I'm going to go plant a few more of those vegetable fields just so our peeps can actually start getting more food for this space whale. So we went around and built a ton of different fields. We got some wheat fields, vegetable fields, maybe even some potato fields. I don't even know what I planted here in the first place. And a bunch of wells as well, just to make our peeps happy. We're going to end up having to replace all those 33 peeps that passed away at last when the space whale came. And hopefully we'll have enough food to actually cover both our peeps and the space whale's next attack. We have 330 out of the 1,000. And we were able Oh, look at that, we finally were able to stop the Sphinx's attack. Our sages were able to figure out what the riddle was from this museum. Next thing we have to do is just make sure that we don't lose any more villagers or peeps or any buildings or anything from any of our islands, especially our islands and planet itself, to this space whale. We currently have approximately 385, so we're about 40% of the way there, nearly, to all the food so we can stop the space whale's next attack. But I wonder if this is going to stop one attack or all the attacks in the future. We're going to have to find out through experimentation. And it looks like the space whale is coming back. I have no idea if we're actually going to be able to finish this entire space elevator food thing. We're about halfway, so I guess we're going to have to suffer one more attack, and then we should be able to see how to stop this space whale from destroying any more of our buildings. Just to make sure we're not just sitting and waiting around for that space whale to destroy our island, we're going to start researching as much as we can and hope that we can actually improve our island as much as we can with research and start getting these different unlockable items. For example, we'll go get some of the automation unlocked, where it reads, allows upgrading many buildings with automation, which increases their production speed, decreases the number of peeps needed to operate them, and makes the building operate slowly even when no peeps are present. So that way, we'll actually be able to constantly be getting everything running, even if our peeps don't have enough positions to cover all the buildings. Yet again, our sages were able to stop our Sphinx from destroying any buildings. Looks like this museum was probably the best upgrade there is. My guess is the only way we're going to have to upgrade it is because we might have to stop some of the Sphinx from attacking more than once. It looks like that space whale is coming back for its attack. Will we have enough food? We just completed 1,000 food for the entire space elevator, so hopefully we'll be able to satisfy this space whale. Let's see what happens when it comes nearby. There it is in the back corner on the left side. It's coming towards us. What's going to happen when it comes nearby our planet? The Cosmic Leviathan approaches planet 2 and it looks hungry. It's going to attack. Can our space elevator actually stop it? Come here, you big fish. Come take our food. Let's see what's going to happen, and it's going to go attack our island, and what's going to happen? Oh, it literally just took the bait instead of heading for our planet. So it does answer our question that we do need 1,000 food, but in fact it only took 400, so it shouldn't be too bad to try and replace it as long as we make sure we upgrade our farms pretty frequently. So what we're going to have to do is upgrade our irrigation next. So it looks like farming is going to be up here and irrigation as well. We're going to need both blue and green research, so I'm going to go get that the green research and send it over to the first island where we have all the blue research stored. So in the midst of waiting, I ended up getting all that green research from the third island. We brought it over to the first island, and we're going to try and upgrade all of this using the library on the first island. So when looking at what we can upgrade, it looks like we can do farming next, which is definitely going to help us upgrade some of our components when it comes to eating. Let's see what it actually gives us. Allows construction of cow farms, which produce milk, and sheep farms, which produce wool. Farms spread pollution to surrounding tiles, which gives peeps that walk on it minus happiness on how bad it gets, depending on how bad it gets. Milk gives peeps plus happiness when consumed. So we're definitely going to want to research this just so we have it going, and then we're going to want to queue up this with getting some more green research from that third island. So now that we brought over more green research from that third island, we finally can upgrade irrigation as well. Farming already got upgraded, but let's see what irrigation gives us. Allows upgrading fields with irrigation, which increases their production speed. So we're definitely going to want to do that first, and looks like apartments is going to be the next thing that we're going to want to do, which allows us to get even bigger houses, which means we can get more peeps without having to build more huts. It looks like our space elevator is full of food all the time now, so it was a good thing that we got all of this, but it looks like we should be able to upgrade all of these components just for some gadgets that we started getting from our gadgeteer earlier in the previous episode. So let's upgrade this vegetable farm just so we can see what it would look like. We'll see what ends up happening, but this should make it easier for us to grow more food, and it'll make it even easier to fill our space elevator. While I was waiting for a lot more of an epic combat attack with that space whale and the Sphinx, it looks like we just needed to satisfy what they wanted, which was getting some knowledge and some basic food for this little big fishy. At that point, we can just wrap up what we were saying with our battles and say that we finally took down the ancient guardians. With that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this helps you if you were struggling with fighting these guardians as well. If you watched all the way to the end, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you enjoy these videos and what other games I should be playing in the future. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next video.